Hello, I'm Melinda. This is week 3 of my collab with Eileen from Scramazing. For a reminder, this is a kit collab with based off this mood board from Studio Calico. I have pulled the Lucky Stars by Bella Boulevard paper. I gessoed the background. This week it is Eileen's sketch is our prompt. This is the sketch she's chosen. It is an 8.5 by 11-ish, and I'm going to do it as a 12 by 12. I'm going to use this photo of my dogs, and think for the journaling, I'm going to do some strips from a typewriter. And I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do up in the corners or down here, but I'll put you on fast forward and you can watch the rest of this. But first we're going to let this dry. And all I did was put gesso on the background, swooshed it around with this, and then I smoothed the edges so it didn't look like a square with my fingers. And that's where I'm going to leave it for now, let it dry, and I'll be back. Thank you for watching.
This is dry now, and it's really wobbly and warped, and it's really bothering me. So I'm going to use my score tape and try to tape it down to a sturdy piece of paper. In the end, this helps a little bit, but I do fuss with it, try to bend it quite a bit during the layout, and I do apologize for that. It doesn't look all that warped from above, so as I'm watching this video, you're going to think that I'm crazy for continually bending it. Now I'm just checking the corner there to see if I like the pattern, because the sketch had like a little triangle piece up in the top corner, and I thought if I could bend the corner over and like the pattern that's sticking out, I wouldn't worry about doing it any other way. Just going to trim the photo up. I like a little white border on it. I'm looking for a black. This has got little bitty triangles on it, and this is what I'm going to pick. I wanted the photo to pop off the page. Now I did it in black and white because our floor is a orangey wood color, and it really threw the coloring off, so I just went black and white with the photo to compensate for that, because I didn't want to have to deal with the color of the background. Now I'm not sure exactly where I went. I'm trying to find something to put in the corner. There we go. I didn't want, because it's bright pink, I didn't want something that was going to compete too much with it on both, to fold it down and have two bright colors, like a yellow and a... So this is actually cats, but it's got little miniature faces on it that we can pretend that are dogs. I won't tell the dogs that they're not. Now I put some things up in the corners that covers them up a little bit, so you just kind of get the hint. I'm going to do a brad right away so I don't forget. Cut the back off. I'm just going to set it there. It's just a black and white striped one. Trying to keep my promise of using a brad on every layout, at least one brad. I probably should use more than one. Now I pulled a phrase sticker from the Tim Holtz pack. It says, "Embrace beautiful chaos." I'm not sure if I realized having 4 kids and 3 dogs was going to be quite so chaotic, but it is. But I don't think I'd change anything. Now I'm going to do a pink smooshed background. I'm just going to lay it on some packing, add some water, and smoosh it around. Now every time I do this, when I first do this and I'm looking at the video and Even in person, I'm going, oh my goodness, that's, I don't know, a lot. But yeah, the photo covers most of it, so you see me putting the photo up just to make sure, and I want a little bit sticking out all around. The, it dries pretty quickly with this technique, so it's easy to do and keep working. I'm going to put a little bit of this green, and I just want a hint of another color to add a little bit of depth to it. You really, when you look at the layout, you really can't see much of it because of the way the gesso's on here. It helps hold it on, doesn't soak into the paper. So when I dab it off, you just get a hint. It's almost like a gray hint instead of it being a greenish color. I'm thinking that I want another layer, and I'm trying this. This is from last week's layout. That's just not working for me. I know I need to put some layers down at the bottom. And I'm going to rip this in half so I can get a torn edge. That's one of my favorite ways to use the washi tape, is to rip it in half so I have a torn edge. It's a lot easier when it's thicker washi tape. It kind of looks like an octopus. I know that's not going to be enough. I set it there just to kind of hold its spot, but I need more layers, wider. I'm going to grab some vellum. I'm going to tear quite a large piece of this. Got to fix the big peaks. They drive me nuts. And I don't end up using that whole width of it, but the sketch is tall and narrow. So the way the layers are, it was throwing my eye off a little bit. I'm just going to rip, this is from the 6x6 pad, rip this, end up ripping it 3 times because I don't want the seam to be in the middle. So I rip a third piece to put over the top of it. It's a little less noticeable that it was a 6x6 pad when I do it this way. I'm going to glue them to, or tape them together with some washi on the back so they line up. And then glue the top one right over the center. And then I'm going to rip it accordingly so that it kind of looks like it's all one piece. The washi is a little thin, so I'm going to add a full strip of washi and then match up the pattern and stick the rip section on it so it looks like a wider strip of washi. Just going to adhere them all together so I can put them on there all together at one time. I'm going to cut the excess off on the bottom and the sides. I'm surprised I didn't lose that brad as much as I flip it around. And I'm going to bend them up a little bit so it gives them a little bit of dimension. I need another layer, so I have a pad of paper that sits next to me that I make notes on, and so I just ripped a piece off of it. It's really kind of thin, so I end up backing it later on in the video just so that it has a little heft to it. Instead of cutting it, I'm just going to fold it. I just end up recycling the section I rip off anyway. Here I go, I'm bending it, creasing it, and it doesn't look that bad on the video, but it was really warped and driving me nuts. This is one of the reasons why I don't like using pattern paper as a background when I do mixed media. I'm looking for, I know I'm going to use some gold letters, so I need to add gold someplace else. So this gold tissue paper is going to do the trick. Now I'm going to fold it exactly how it was folded in the package and just cut a strip off so that it just saves me time. Now I tape one side down, flip it over and tape the other side to the other end, and then kind of just accordion fold the middle. It just kind of adds extra layers and dimension to it. And I just use washi tape to tape that together. Just fixing the corners. I'm going to adhere that together. I need some wax paper to put this title down. I use it so I can move the title around, all put together. And I'm going to use the last line of my title being a home in the gold in the large letter, and the rest of the title I'm going to put in these little black letters. Now I speed this up to 10 times because it's pretty boring watching me pick these little tile letter stickers out. They take a long time, and I don't line them up straight. I kind of make them go up and down just so it's kind of a little bit messy looking, and they also stick together better that way. I'm happy that the length of them ended up being the length of the big letters. That made me happy. A happy accident. I'm going to put the first letter down and then the last letter so that I can get it evenly spaced where I want it. I'm going to put some of these resin hearts down. I will leave a link to where I got those in the information section. I'm going to use hot glue. I had my hot glue gun on, so I'm going to use that to put that down. It actually worked quite well, better than the glue glob that I normally use. I'm going to try those hearts on up there. They don't end up staying those exact hearts. On the video, on the small screen that I got, the ones at the bottom, they're kind of clear with polka dots on them. They're not real noticeable, but in person, they are very noticeable. I know I'm going to splatter in gold. I needed a third gold for the triangle, and I stuck an asterisk up there in gold. Now, I also know I want another layer on the other side of the photo, and I'm looking for, I was debating whether I wanted it to be pink. So I grabbed my other washi tape. I'm going to cut it in half, rip it in half so I have the torn edge, and just stick it alongside of the notebook paper. Now that's not wide enough, so I'm going to put the other half on there. And then still not wide enough, so I'm going to put a whole piece, and I'm going to call that good. Now, I remember I was telling you that I wanted to do the journaling strips from my typewriter. I got going on this and didn't want to add white strips onto the background paper. So that's why I went with the notebook paper to stick down. I'm going to journal right on that. I'm going to put the date up in the corner. And I'm just going to write the journaling. It just says, Ruby, Darby, and Remy make life crazy but wonderful too. Can't see us without dogs. This is where I'm sticking a Project Life card underneath there. It just makes it a little bit stiffer instead of, I don't know, being loosey-goosey. Still going to bend it a little bit to think about it. I'm just showing you the sketch and how, I don't know, I guess how it looks against the sketch. I end up flipping it over and I write, this is layout 62 of 2017, collab with Eileen, week 3, and the date. I put tape on the staples so they don't catch in the page protector when I put them in. You're going to get to see some, this is live close-ups, and then there's some still shots at the end. I want to thank you for watching, and please go check out Eileen's YouTube channel. I'll leave a link in the description box below. And if you are liking what you see, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, ask me any questions. I try to answer them as soon as I get the notification. Thank you.